Hi Whiz Kids and welcome back to Science with Sophie. I hope you're all doing good. Today's first experiment we are going to be looking at how plants take up water. So to do that we're going to be using celery because it's easy to see. So what you'll need for this experiment is celery, a glass to place your celery in, some water and some food colouring. So let's get on with it. I have some cold water here with red food colouring in, and we are just going to place the celery in the cup and then wait 20 minutes and then we'll see what happens to the celery. So we'll put that aside and go on to experiment 2. Experiment 2, we are going to be looking at how strong paper is. So all you're going to need for this is a bunch of paper and quite a few books to test the strength of the paper. So let's get on with that. So I've just moved onto the floor so that we can test paper. So all you're going to need is some pieces of paper, it's heavy, some books, and some tape so that you can fold the paper and keep it in place. So the first structure that we're going to try is just taking 2 pieces of paper and folding them in half. There's one. There's 2, place them like this. Now, how many books do you think paper folded like this will hold? Do you think it's going to be very strong? Have a think before we start putting some books on. Let's start with this one. Are you ready? So here's one. So it doesn't even hold 1 book, Whiz Kids. So that type of paper is not very strong. So let's try a different one. So this time we're going to take the paper and we're going to fold it into thirds. So that it is a triangle shape on the top. How many do you think triangles are going to hold? Do you think they'll hold more than just the paper folded in half? I think that they might, but let's see. There's one. So it holds 1 as triangles. So who got that right? I hope you did. And then we're going to fold them again in thirds, but instead of folding them both in, we'll fold it so it's like a zigzag, like that. So that it's a zigzag like this. And see how many this will hold. So we'll have 2 pieces of paper again. So let's try again. There's 1. It's already full. The final one that we're going to try is taking your paper and rolling them into a cylinder like this. And this is where you need your tape. We've run out of hands. So that you can keep the paper held together. Okay, so I have the 3 cylinders here. So how many books do you think this is going to hold? We haven't had much success. We've had the paper hold 2 so far. So do you think that the cylinders are going to hold more than the others? Let's find out. There goes nothing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a big one, 6, 7, I can see that, 8, 9, so that did just knock my phone over, but it's okay. But we got to 9 and then it fell, and this is the aftermath. So that definitely was the strongest piece of paper. But how crazy is that? A piece of paper, just like this, a normal piece of paper, could hold up 9 heavy books, just with the way that it is shaped. So why don't you have a go at this at home and see if you can make some different shapes, see if there's a stronger one than the cylinder, and yeah, it'd be great to see what you come up with. So let's go back to our celery now that it's been a bit of time and see what is happening there. It's been slightly longer than 20 minutes as it wasn't ready, but it is ready now, I believe. All you need to do is, actually, I'm just gonna get some kitchen roll. And you just need to take your celery out. So water gets up plants using a tube inside the plant, usually inside the stem. In celery it's a bit different because there are quite a few different tubes, and these tubes are called xylem. They transport water to the leaves and to the flowers of plants, and that's how they're watered. So this will give us a visual representation. So what you need to do is you just need to break it, but not like fully, you know, when you break celery and it's still like attached with the stringy bits. That's what you need to have so that you can see the xylem. So they'll have changed colour because you've used red water or any other coloured water. So let's do this now. So I've just ripped off a bit of it, and it hasn't turned fully red, but these tubes here, the ones that attach, which have turned slightly red, are the tubes that water goes up the plant, so that the top of the plant also gets water. So the way plants work is they have their roots, and the roots suck up water from the soil, and they go into these tubes up plants, which look like these stringy bits here on the celery, and travel all the way up so that water gets to the top, because plants need water to live. So that is how plants get water. So I hope that yours become a bit more colourful than mine have. Well, you can see there, so that's one of the tubes there where the red is. That is one of the tubes going across. If you leave these overnight, you'd probably get higher colour up the celery. So maybe try leaving it for overnight so that it's got a night to suck up the water. But that is everything. So I hope you have enjoyed and have a really good week, and I shall see you next week. Bye.